Liquid will be the team to beat. Wildcard, they have the privilege of facing it off first.
I'm getting too old for this
So perhaps
horse.
many learnings going their way. Who knows? It's just game one of a best of three. In some crazy world, we might see a Wildcard reverse sweep.
30 seconds to battle.
Is that too much copium, Adam? Am I coping too hard?
I think they have a good draft. I definitely favor them slightly this game, but I think judging on last game, there is the reality of the skill gap, right?
Yeah.
So I think Wildcard has heroes to address that. Maybe they're good at other things, but just not really choking map. And I think in this game, that might not be that much of an issue. There's not too much wave clear on Liquid.
Battle begins.
I will say that Lifestealer is definitely one of Yamsun's best heroes. He, of course, Yamsun had a bit of a stint switching back and forth between POS 5, POS 1, and then back to POS 1 now. But yeah, I mean, he's always been a great Lifestealer player. So, game's in his hands. As long as his team can make space for him, I think somewhere down the line he can make this work. A good carry-to-carry matchup, but the question is whether that actually matters, because this is the Nisha Storm Spirit, and Nisha Storm Spirit known to pop off. See whether you can do just that. Early doors here. Any lanes in particular that you're looking at, Adam?
Bottom lane, I think. I wonder if this Lifestealer is going to be okay down here.
I think it's the
I
top
think
lane.
Muerta is one of the stronger heroes. Obviously, there is the Jakiro. I feel like if Lifestealer gets an advantage in this lane, he can kind of just bully the Night Stalker at some point. I think Liquid understand this too. That's why there's like two wards. One to see the rotation towards the bottom rune and one top. They understand that Nisha needs to have a... He needs to not die.
Yeah.
Basically, to any rotation, because it can kind of snowball. Like one rune for Tiny, one death here or there.
And Nisha, on paper, should have the advantage because Tiny is a melee hero. He needs to get within static remnant range and whatnot. But Tiny can put out a lot of damage. I think we've seen a lot of these mid-Tinys max out their avalanche. Oh, insane here. Just throwing out a casual blood grenade. Okay.
A lot of damage.
Yeah, it is.
Flag soon too.
Okay. Fade. Has some one charges, but really taking quite a bit of a beating here. They'll even throw a rocket.
Homing missile.
You would literally
No
just
rocket barrage.
harass non-stop. They're just beating back the side of Wildcard. I mean, this offlane duo is not going to be a problem if they can't even step up to you.
I think they did that just so they can get the 2-minute pull and say they're gonna unblock it for free. They say Big Num in the lane, so they have a small win there.
This is always the scariest part about playing Weaver when your level 1 Shukuchi cooldown is still 13 seconds speed. Being run down here in the bot lane. Very nice setup. You talked about the danger of this Muerta. With that calling, I mean, there's nowhere for you to run.
This is one of those weird lanes where you... Like, Samurai is level 2, but technically it's level 3.
Yeah.
It's just a nice stalker thing. I think you need to play in the lane more and just accept that you can't really pull. Just keep griefing onto Saberlight, get him low, and then when he's not able to run to you, that's when you can kind of take advantage of it.
Yeah. I mean, that's what Liquid are waiting for, right? They want the Chikiro to split up from the Lifestealer away from the lane, and that's when he's easy pickings. So just a bit more wariness from speed, perhaps, on that Chikiro. You don't want to give too much of an early advantage to Saberlight. Night Stalker can really run away with the early game, especially second night time. That's when he'll be the most dangerous.
Lane's going good for Liquid so far. Saberlight very happy with that first blood. Obviously gonna get an early phase boost, which does kind of counteract this idea of the Lifestealer running you down, right? Like he can just pull his waves later on. He's gonna be fine.
Yeah, so I guess the question of the Night Stalker getting bullied out by the Lifestealer, that's not really something to be concerned about no more. But Yamsun's doing fine down here. Last hits wise, struggling a little bit. And that's just because he's taking a lot of pressure down here. But yeah, top of the CS, Nisha. Doing pretty decently. RCY holding his own though, and has a full wave of creep, so pretty even all throughout. No major winners or losers just yet, although it does seem Liquid, they are eking out a very slight advantage in this early laning stage. What are we expecting to see here from this wildcard draft? Because it has very similar nodes, right? We got still the Weaver, still the Beastmaster. You think this is going to be another Helm Dawn build? He has it queued up for now. Maybe just same kind of game plan, close out the map early on, Nisha. Fear of the rotation coming through here, Big Num. The chase down, the bug will finish him off. Nisha ends up going down. This is exactly what Wildcard needed.
Yeah, nice kill for RCY. Gets the rune too. Nice rotation from Big Num. I think he's kind of stuck in going into his helm right here. He went for the Wild Hunt. You can't really go egg, so we might not see the second helm. Maybe just one helm into maybe Pipe. I can see Pipe being like super strong this game. Your Tiny and Lifesteal are already so strong. Just kind of buff each other up, play the group up. Probably see the drums come out from him later on too.
Full aura mode for Fate. That'll be very useful for his team. Not really able to stop McKay from farming, of course they did. Counterpick this matchup again, Nisha in the mid lane, the TPs have to come to try and bail him out. Dunks ledge onto him, he's trying to clear the creeps as much as he can, but the toss back. Roxy with a dead shot, buying some time, but not enough. Big Num would still be able to run him down last few auto attacks. Static Remnant not going to finish the job, but RCY, if he's traded out, that's not too bad. Roxy, going for the last few auto attacks, Avalanche will keep him away. And no way of connecting on that kill. RCY survives, and another kill onto Nisha Storm Spirit.
Nice trade so far for Wildcard. Big Num just applying a lot of pressure. This Tiny against Storm matchup. Easily getting bullied, and I think the problem with this is that they're gonna get super ton of rune control now, right? So this Tiny with rune is a very scary hero, and that's where he's gonna start to impact the other lanes.
How many times have we seen this before, right? Mid Tiny, get off to an early decent start because free throw and avalanche pressure. You get some runes, start running around the map, take over the game. Now it is daytime, so Saberlight, like you said, going to try and drag some of these creep waves, but always have to be very careful that the Tiny just walks over and ruins it for him. Big Num a bit late with the sentry, not that it really would have mattered. Saberlight connecting here with a silence, but with the rest of Wildcard just kind of streaming over. No real aggressive potential. In fact, they've just given up on the mid lane, or at least putting Nisha there entirely. But that's going to mean Boxy just goes down to a casual avalanche. Okay.
Yeah, RCY's cooking. Nisha will return to soak up some EXP though.
He has to be. I mean, I guess the bright side is level 6 so he can get out, but still, when you cast his spells like this, losing half his HP, Big Num still lurking around the area.
Big Num might go down here.
You gotta be careful. Static Remnant can't chase him.
If he had mana for a pool, I'm pretty sure Big Num just dies with power damage.
Yeah.
Liquid pressuring top for the Shrine of Wisdom. Speed will TP in.
Yeah, this is pretty nice, but they can't really push Mickey away. Boxy's here as well. Speed gonna make it just in time to interrupt that full channel, but he's probably gonna go down. Not much he can do. Fortunately, the Jakiro will go down. Meanwhile, Saberlight able to secure his own Shrine of Wisdom, so advantage going the way of Liquid. Nice moves here.
I'm trying to apply pressure here. RCY is nearby.
I mean, nothing's really gonna happen in this bot lane, right? I mean, Yamson's gonna throw a couple of hits out every single time Saberlight walks up, but I don't think there's much of an actual kill threat unless they bring 1 or 2 more heroes down here.
I think it's more like he gets to keep the Night Stalker low at some point and keep pressuring the tower, like pushing the wave, but I don't think Saberlight should go down here, especially with the phase boost already up. I feel like the advantage of this is like either when you have corrosion and Night Stalker does not have any move speed, or when you have phase boost and Night Stalker doesn't, but thanks to our first blood, Saberlight is pretty on par with him, matching the items to so he doesn't get pressured over here.
Nice little instant dead shot there from Boxy to keep the Weaver away. A little bit of juicy XP though.
We feed gold, is that worth it? Would you buy XP if you were rich?
Yeah, that's literally the concept of Midas. That's literally Midas in the nutshell. People do it all the time.
Back too.
I guess so, but technically it's still a down payment, right? A long-term investment.
Fair.
At the same kind of situation, right? You're basically giving over gold to your opponents, so widening the lead for more levels on yourself.
Thompson has the corrosion now. Pound in some damage. Nisha's coming over though.
Yeah, he wants to make that rotation. Chased up. Dark Ascension available, instant silence up. Very quick reactions here from Saberlight, looking to pressure the Jakiro. He might be the one going down though. Bug still on him. Nice homing missile stopping Yamson in his tracks. A bit of late rage there. Finish off that Jakiro, yeah. Nice little infest onto RCY. That's way too tanky of a target. But Big Num, easy to splat, just like a bug. Goes down easily to Nisha for a double kill.
Nice movement from Liquid. Using the nice stalker ulti, nice gate. It's pressing their advantage with the top lane constantly being shoved out by Mickey and already back top. Fade. No boots.
I should be able to run him down though. He's still quite significant stuff. And don't cry. Okay, relax. Sorry, Liquid. I understand. I didn't understand your game. My goodness. And Beastmaster just explodes.
Explode indeed.
Are they trying to dive this Night Stalker? I mean, I believe the Liquid heroes still have TPs. They twin gated. They didn't. I mean, now it's nighttime. Maybe trying to take advantage of that short sliver a few seconds before.
Ooh, he missed a dead shot. Might have been a kill. Riviere calling up.
Hey, that was kind of a difficult angle to get though. Like
it was.
I can't really blame Boxy for that one.
Yeah,
okay, how are Wildcard doing? Net worth-wise, everyone's doing pretty hot actually. I mean, RCY still is having a pretty splendid game. Yamson's chilling down here. He didn't end up dying. Got himself involved in one or two of the kills.
It's the same thing, right? It's basically RCY having a good game, and the question is not about laning phase. Like, can Wildcard transition this into anything? Fate's having a pretty bad game. He has his helm completed pretty soon, but look at the watch from Liquid. They're forever gonna know what this Beastmaster's up to. I think this is like so big for them because any movement in this game is probably it's either towards lifesteal or Beastmaster, right? Beastmaster walks to lane, you know where he's going. Beastmaster walks down, you know, oh, it's probably bot side.
Right. Process of elimination here a little bit. But Liquid don't really seem to be in a rush to really force the issue. I thought this second nighttime would be a major go time for them, and sure enough, that's the smoke. They try and look to continue putting pressure towards the lifestealer lane. In comes the Ice Blast, in comes the Storm. Speed is just gonna get shot out from the sky. Yamson standing his ground there, will have an infest towards the creep wave. Can he get into one? Pulled out. Still hiding away though. Is safe. I mean, these are nice moves from Liquid, right? They are putting on a lot of pressure, but they aren't getting core kills. Does that really matter? I mean, they're gonna try and convert this to a tier 1 tower. Maybe RCY has something to say about that. And what he has to say about that in particular is, sorry Big Num, bye-bye Big Num.
Hello. Hello and goodbye.
Yeah, hello and goodbye.
I think it's pretty significant that they get to kick this lifesteal out. He's the one that should be pressuring bottom side, but Liquid bringing heroes means that they can't really force themselves to stay down here. You also know it's kind of hard for the Tiny to run in as well. It's not a Storm with a zip. Jakiro's not 6 yet. They need to like make these smoke plays and be a bit faster than Liquid, I want to say.
A lot of it coming back to that Wisdom Rune just going not the way of their supports, right? Delaying those levels.
Yeah, look at Nisha. It's like, okay, you want to farm here? Okay, I'll chase you. I'll slow you down. Pretty similar to last game, just kind of putting their focus onto the enemy's carry. Not caring about this Beastmaster too much. I think they also understand that this Beast is almost never going to be a threat this game.
Why is that the case? Is it just his early game has gone so poorly that he's not going to be able to scale out?
I think it's just based on draft, right? Like I say, you can't go X to scale because you play against A, you can't really win the game with this Helm of Dawn.
If they get RCY here, that's exactly what they want. Ice Blast over his head. He narrowly still gets clipped by it though. Good aim there from Insania. Now they're looking at Big Num. The stun up is there. Silence not needed when you can just blow him up with the magic damage. Liquid execute 2 in the mid lane.
Nice rotation as the spot wave goes in. Saberlight comes over to this.
Okay, well this is always gonna happen, right? This is just some ancient apparition gameplay.
That's life.
It's a killing spree going the way of speed. I'm sure Fade would have loved to pick that one up, get him closer towards that drums, but good kill overall.
I'm gonna open up some pressure on the top tower now. Okay, going over to defend. I don't think Wildcard wants to make any real big moves though. Far away from the tiny blink dagger. I think that's like their first big timing. Hero has Market Pyro now. I would like to see them smoke towards the top side. Just kind of help this beast open the tower. I feel like Liquid taking the tier 1 for almost no trade has been... It's not been too good for Wildcard.
14 minutes, at least they'll be able to secure the wisdom for themselves this time. So, bit of a pep in EXP for these Wildcard supports. Fade is starting the shenanigans, right? He's going to try and open up this top tier 1 tower. Feels a bit delayed than usual in terms of the timing. I feel like whenever you have a Beastmaster, you want to bring supports up there and force him out. Nisha able to get out of there. It's just solo RCY for now. Quick Heroes really starting to eclipse their counterparts here, Fade. He knows that a move is coming towards him with how aggressively Saberlight is posturing. Zip in. That's going to confirm the info. Ice Blast on top of his head. That is just clean execution. This isn't AA's dream game. You have a Night Stalker, a Storm just running in for you. You can always land that Ice Blast. They're the ones who open up this tier 1 top instead.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, game's looking pretty hard for Wildcard. It feels like Liquid can just kind of do anything they want on the map, and initiation's so simple for them, right? Like, it's just Storm Zip, AA Blast, Night Stalker runs in, kind of denying any form of initiation. You have the counter in the counter too.
So, differently from last game they had a lot of physical damage, and every time Boxy will pop that Pierce the Veil, he basically is invulnerable. This time around, absolutely not. They still are able to burst him down. Boxy goes down in the mid lane.
Again, just a little small kill, I want to say. Yeah, small kills. Big now might go down here.
He has time lapse. It's fine. Because he's just following Anisha around here. And of course, if you are watching this stream, you want to make sure to follow us on our socials. !F to get a nice link to all of that. There's some nice behind the scenes and little tournament tidbits and stuff like that. Might have to hold that far though. They're following up onto RCY Ice Blast off the mark. That's not going to make it very successful. They will just settle for speed. The Dark Ascension used, so the chase is on. Liquid, they still have vision of these Wildcard heroes, but can the rest of the heroes catch up to Saberlight? Link away. Kikuchi. He's still coming out. They want to keep this going. Full zip, that's almost all of Nisha's mana, but he still has half of the pool. More than enough to take down RCY. Good perseverance there. And Liquid secure another 2.
Like, it just feels like it's too easy to run people down, right? Every time Dark Ascension is up, you have the Nisha's so free to make his choice. They're also kind of behind. Not fight ready, Wildcard. Still need to drag the game out a little bit. Maybe Radiance, maybe even wait for Sage at least on Night Lifesteal just so he doesn't pop from the burst.
Surprised that Liquid have not made a beeline for the Tormentor just yet. They'll come top to defend this tower. But they've just been preoccupied making moves on the map. Looking towards top, perhaps. It isn't a night time though, but Nisha's here as well.
Definitely aiming at just the Tormentor here. It's probably gonna be pretty free for them. Wildcard not fight ready. You see them set up in some other part of the map. Just RCY and speed, you know, 2 men. Oh my god, they almost...
A little bit tight, Saberlight. Nice little toggles there. Yeah, look at how big Mickey is, man. They get AA. That's pretty nice. Looking for stragglers. Oh, this Saberlight could be huge. Let's spot him here. Cut down the trees. Get the raw out. Oh, he ate the creep, but yeah, surely he's still gonna go down here. Not even needed to raw. Okay, not too bad. Wildcard get themselves a few licks back. Nowhere near enough to regain them the net worth advantage or control of this game, it feels like, but every little bit helps.
I think they're feeling pretty good about the game. Once the pipe comes out, once the Radiance comes out, they haven't hit their timing. It's a bit slower, but if you look at the network, they're doing okay. It's really just Mickey who's at the top, and I think they do have good answers for Gyrocopter this game.
Much better draft for them this game compared to the last. Feels like there's a lot more room for error and a lot more playmaking potential. That's what we've seen from Wildcard so far.
Radiant's middle tower.
Oh, the ping's coming out. Are they trying to rush? No, right? No way.
There's no way.
Not before pipe, at least. It's so hard against Ice Blast too.
Yeah, it's such an easy thing to scout too. And it's not like Dark Ascension was just used or anything. All the ultimates on Liquid still available. So you know they're going to contest that for sure.
I have mine.
I literally have no concept of how much EXP that actually gives you. I'm sure if you land it... Yeah, it's not super significant, right? It's like Hive Mind... Oh, Dark Ascension. Oh, is this just a scouting one? Maybe they just expected somebody to be here, but...
They want the mid tower, I guess. I think he saw Beast on the ward on the right side.
Okay, well, they see Beast now. So... Fade maybe should have just backed all the way up, but RCY getting the toss back onto Saberlight, he'll just get a nice heal off the creep though. Now they see Speed, so Speed is probably close. And by some time, or at least amplifies all the damage coming out from the Revenant. That's tough.
That was a questionable death.
From who? Both?
From Beastmaster?
Yeah, fair. Can't really blame Speed for... Speed was just trying to help his friend out. I think that's his job as the pos 5, so not his fault there. But yeah, this has a different complexion to it, right? This game. Wildcard, they've been making a fair amount of plays. They found some good pickoffs, found a few nice like little initiations and catches here and there. But it still feels like Liquid are just walking better than them. It's the same thing as last game where they're not necessarily doing anything wrong. It's just they aren't really finding as many connections as they'd like. I mean, are they even looking for a fight now? This feels so scary to play up against, especially nighttime.
I think the difference for me this game is that I feel in the last game, if Wildcard didn't hit like their timing, especially with the way they were itemizing, they'll just not be able to end the game and lose at some point. I feel in this game, I feel like they do have good late game. Like, it's okay if the game goes long, they can definitely still play and like the game will be fine for them. So not too worried. I think the game can definitely be going better. Cannot lose the second Shrine of Wisdom. But it is what it is.
I mean, the small caveat that we didn't mention is Liquid was so busy on the opponent side of the map that Yamsun was actually able to get the 14-minute one for himself. It's been a bit of a slow wind-up for him, but he's not been interrupted much, right? He has that Radiance working his way towards the SNY. Like we said, there is a reality where Yamsun can get to the stage where he can carry this game. A good matchup into the Gyro. Sure, there's the AA, but you got RCY backing you up as well. These two still keeping up in terms of net worth. It's not that bad.
I mean, the cores are kind of keeping up in net worth, right? If you look at the net worth gap, it's 6k, but it's really just insane having like a bit 2.5k more and just Mickey, which can be roared, can be killed. I like his itemization a lot though. He's just kind of going for his tanky fighting build. No real hardcore damage commitment yet. It goes for the Dragon Lance instead of the typical Crystallis or anything like that.
Yeah. Full stats. Love that. Battle Copter, I think. He's in that category. There's a lot of magic damage on the side of Wildcard, so makes a lot of sense. Oh, Isha? The way he walked up to those set of trees made it feel like he knew RCY was there. Bit of a butt clench moment there.
He smelled him. Nisha knows.
He smelled him. Damn. This guy shot the bait now. Very easy pick off. Yeah, nighttime it's not safe to exist on the map, unfortunately.
Dire are scanning.
They feel so good at just this. It's like how Nisha shows bottom, you know, he pushes the wave as if his team might be behind him and then just make a move top. You know, I feel like it's always subtle little plays on the map. Like if you just pause and you see what they're all doing simultaneously, I feel like that's just peak Liquid, you know, the way they play the map.
Nice reach. Nice reach. Right in time. Any later than that and he would have been instantly deceased. Like it was... I think if they get the kill on Yamsun there, they literally just go get Roche, right?
Honestly, they can go now too. I don't think there's anything that's realistically stopping them other than
that's true.
It's kind of slow, I think, because Mickey doesn't have like this super physical build. Maybe wait for the Crystallis at least.
Sure.
They're also not rushing. Speaking of rushing, A bit of smoke coming out from Wildcard now. I think Pipe's complete on Fade.
That's correct. This is exactly what you asked for. They now have a draft that can make plays. RCY with the Tiny and the Life Stealer that infest Bomb. Classic combination there. Liquid, they've got to know something is up though. Nobody is showing on any wave, and Wildcard, they've been off the map, not on any bit of vision. A nice wrap around. If RCY can find a good connection, perhaps onto Boxy or Insania.
Let's see the career.
He's gonna give it away.
The
RCY on the
spy.
front lines. Goes down the gyro. Huge. They see Mickey. Oh, they know. They know. The jig is up. Yeah, I mean, Fee is just gonna die now. This move has just completely fallen flat. I mean, they saw Mickey, no? Did they not just feel confident enough to blink in and jump in?
I'm not sure. I feel like with the Pipe, I mean, it's kind of your timing, right? Tiny has Shurun too. I feel like they could have tried.
Yeah,
maybe
maybe
just worried about the 4 staffs that can come out, or maybe they just want the initiation on the Storm or Night Stalker.
I guess so, but I mean, I feel like you're in a situation where you see a call, you just gotta take the chance. UK gold lead now, Liquid. The win probability very, very much in their favor. That's the only limitation for Liquid is that, all things considered, they're not really the best at taking these objectives, right? It's not like Mickey is gonna push these towers very quickly. Oh no, RCY tries to jump in to help his friend out, might be in trouble. Doesn't have a BKB or anything of the sort, but the raw out onto Nisha, they're trying to pressure down the Storm Spirit, forced off to the high ground. Saved. Has been done by Liquid support, and RCY now in major trouble. Shot down. Thought salvaging that situation for Nisha there. And again, another swing and a miss here from Wildcard.
This game just continues to get harder. Meanwhile, Saberlight top lane farming. It's again out efficiency. Okay, so farmed on his gyro.
Is under attack. Radiant are scanning.
I guess the bright side is at least this game, there's always gonna be that potential of like a high ground defense smoke wraparound play, right? Like if you can get the connection onto Nisha and you blow him up first. We saw there that Wildcard do have the damage to take down Nisha, at least at this stage in the game still. If the supports aren't ready with their defensive items, if the save isn't there, he can still go down. He's not building a BKB or anything. Going for the Parasma instead, so even more damage. I mean, there's a chance if they can really just full commit Nisha. That'd be a really huge kill to start their fight out on.
I think they can full commit anyone who does not get 4-stuffed. I think that's like their condition. And it only gets easier as the game goes on. Lifesteal doesn't have like a super high damage yet, but Mickey is gonna get there soon. Data's almost complete. And I think this is where the game gets a bit complicated for Warcraft because Mickey is giga strong right now.
I feel like he's been giga strong the entire game. Don't know whether
It's like
anything
his
has changed.
first big damage item, you know?
Okay, I guess
It's like
so.
you
I
can't
mean, if
touch
it's
me
that-
strong. Now it's like I'm gonna kill you kind of strong.
Yeah, you at first it's like you know, I'm not gonna die strong, and now it's like you are going to die strong.
We die strong.
Hey, Liquid, smoke up now. Circle is drawn. Okay, well, they're just gonna barrel down mid lane and try that way, I guess. Big Nam gonna be able to break the smoke. Nicely done from the Weaver and escape back out to safety.
He's gonna get rocketed though.
I mean, they're gonna jump Mickey. Try and burst him down raw. This is what they wanted, and the gyro's dropping low. The force up away the BKB, he's fine. Meanwhile, Fade dropping on the sidelines. Liquid again with the defensive items saving their carry. He didn't even need a second life. He's fine now. Big Nam being tossed in front. Speed gonna go down. Toss out, time lapse, Big Nam saving him, but Nisha's back in. Nisha's still half mana. He can completely dominate this fight. That's exactly what he'll do. Yamsun has to try and turn around and fight with the Rage. Low on mana as Nisha, but still has a Soul Ring, hiding away with RCY. The two remaining members of Wildcard being watched by Saberlight. He can keep this chase going.
Or can he? Daytime, no matter on Nisha too.
I'm sure it is daytime. Heard the rooster crow. It'll be the end of the Dark Ascension, but again, just slightly off the mark with Wildcard. It feels like again and again you can see the damage dealt by this trio core of Liquid that's smashing all these heroes. Meanwhile, Wildcard, it seems to be such a difficult endeavor for them to even connect on one.
Dire's top tower.
That was so close. Any other hero would have died there. I think Jar's probably the hardest kill. 3k HP. 4 stuff comes out clutch. And this life steal with only, I don't even call it 2 items, SMY and Radiance, that's all he has. So it is kind of scary. Liquid definitely need the Aegis to kind of have security for Mickey, I want to say. That being said, I think if they do commit on Mickey that hard and he just dies, I feel like Nisha and Saberlight can probably clean up most of the fight anyway.
I mean, part of it is also the fact that these Wildcard auxiliary heroes like the Beastmaster, they're dying so quickly, right? Like, I can imagine it probably looks a bit different if they can stay alive and just cleanly commit without losing any numbers. Real chance that they... It just feels so... It feels heart-wrenching a little bit because you can see in all these fights, Wildcard, it feels like they're just like 1 or 2 more steps away, just a bit more time away from getting the right connection, getting the right start to the fight, but each time they step up to the plate, they just completely flub it a little bit. And Liquid, they're just kind of getting outplayed in these fights.
Where did you learn that word, Mike?
Why is it a no word?
I don't know. Sounds so young. Can make a move towards the top lane. I know Yamsun's up here. Let's pass the scout. Oh, the shot pop. Nice shot. Oh my god, that was so close.
That's rage.
Oh, we almost ate that too. Alright, a little bit of a escape. Nothing really going on for both teams right now. Like, we're just probably waiting for Roche. Meanwhile, Wildcard, you're definitely happy to be able to get more items.
The thing is, Roche has been alive. And Roche has been alive this entire time. He's just chilling there. I mean, it's just a matter of Liquid probably not feeling the most comfortable to go into the pit before getting a pick off. They'll half commit it, get a bit of cold feet. They're the ones with the AA. They literally brought it to half HP. Mickey's like undecided. Now they're back into the pit. They're worried about a contest, it seems like. He gets the catch onto Big Num. They get the Aegis already, so Wildcard a little bit late to the party. Now with the Night Stalker ultimate, things are troublesome. The TP into the tier 2, looking for any stragglers. TP away from Yamsun, nicely placed. Pete getting pinged out though. We'll just Macropire Ice Path. My god, what the hell? Okay, what? Did they all escape? Okay, very nicely done. I say that. Okay, this could be a really big kill. Yikes, alright. Well, he had a BKB, but he wanted to hang on to it, so that's gonna cost him. RCY goes down.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Well, they get 1 from that, and Aegis for Mickey too, so... It's time to battle it down. Satang almost complete as well. No real way to stop his lifesteal, and this X attack with the Daedalus, I don't know if you can kill it even once.
Reminder everybody, you are watching the official Fissure Universe broadcast. Brought to you by Fissure Studios for Fissure Episode 4. Still early doors here in this Swiss stage, but it's early on in this Swiss stage that we're going to see a few more of these really difficult matchups. The seed's just not really favoring Wildcard. I mean, depends on how you look at it, right? Maybe there's something they can take away from this game. They definitely already adjusted from game number 1, so that's a good sign. Yamsun on the front lines. The back line is ice blasted though, so he has to be careful. Infest for the save. Okay. Show some respect there, Liquid. They aren't rushing at all. They know exactly, you know, how strong they are, how far ahead they are. 15k gold lead to be precise. Don't feel the need to make any unnecessary slip-ups. Onto the high ground, nice avalanche. Okay, catch. Raw, Nisha, in some trouble. He doesn't have the second life. He's being controlled now, rooted up in place as well. They just don't have the continued control. You just go into, what, 5 heroes and zip out casually? How does that even happen? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this Storm Spirit an absolute monster. We weren't necessarily convinced by it, but again, it's like if you can play such a great Storm Spirit, and who even cares? Yamsun? In? No, the bash! Oh, that's a fresh bash! Oh, Yamsun didn't see that one. He's gonna go down. Saberlight, the itemization, and now things are gonna start falling apart here. Fate has to run forward to try and commit, but the Muerta already in the Pierce the Veil. Gonna get clapped. 60 seconds before two of your goals. Just, I mean, Liquid, they were playing so carefully and tactically for what feels like the past 10 minutes of this game, and then suddenly you just get 2 core kills for free. Okay, why not? 3 racks? Maybe a second lane as well. And okay, they know. There's no buybacks. They're just hitting the tier 4s. A 3v5 situation. The Weaver's not even here. They'll force the glyph out, so they'll buy them some time. Maybe that's enough for side of Wildcard to come back. It doesn't. Okay. I mean, they're still going, guys. Hello. I mean, I guess there isn't really a buyback that they can use or anything, but you gotta try and make some sort of a play. RCY, his idea of a play is trying to angle on the left side of the fight, but just gets Ice Blast, needs to go back into base. Your Ancient is falling, guys. 6 more seconds until the Beastmaster. But this is tough. I mean, the jump in now, is it far too late? They can just focus down the throne. Sure enough, Liquid, they're just punching into it. Nisha's buying time, and that's it. Throne is down, Wildcard will drop, and that is GG.